Christina Labuglio. I'm the Community Aquaculture Educator here at Cornell Cooperative Extension of Nassau County. And today we're going to learn how to make an oyster garden cage. The materials you're going to need to make your oyster garden cage, you're first going to need 1 inch by 1 inch 14 gauge coated wire mesh. You're going to need some rope, some tuna clips, bungee cord with a bungee clip, some J-clips, your J-clip tool, wire cutters, and a tag to indicate your permit number. To start, we need to make the body of our cage. So the body of our cage is going to be out of this wire mesh. You are going to cut 40 inches in length, so that's going to be 40 squares in length, and you are going to have 24 inches in height, so 24 inches in height, 24 squares. So the first step is folding this wire mesh. So we have our 40 inches in length, and we are going to fold it 3 times with 10 inches. So you're going to count 10 squares, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And at the 10th one, it's easiest to then fold it over your table and press in until you have that clean fold. And you're going to do that 2 more times. So once you've folded your wire mesh those 3 times, we now need to connect our ends. So you're going to line them up, and we're going to take our J-clip and our J-clip tool, and we are going to connect them together, just like that. And you're going to do that going all the way down. Now that we have the body of our cage made, we need to close the ends. To close the ends, we're going to cut 10 inch by 10 inch in the wire mesh that will then J-hook onto this site. So now that our 2 sides are closed, we need to make the opening on top for a hole for the spat on shell to go into. So the way we're going to do that, we're going to go 2 in, and we also want to go 2 in, so that we have 2 inches on each side. And we are going to cut our wire. And we're going to do that all the way around in a circle, in this rectangle. Now we have our opening where we can add our spat on shell or take our spat on shell out while we're doing our cleaning sessions. But while these are hanging off of the dock, we of course don't want to have a big opening, so we need to make our lid. Our lid is going to be another piece of the 1 inch by 1 inch wire mesh. You're going to do 24 inches across and 10 inches in height. And that is going to sit directly over your opening. And at these back ends, we're going to use our J-clips and connect our lid. So we're going to line it up. And connect all the way across. Now we have secured our lid, and we want to ensure that when it is hanging off the dock and we have our spat and shell on, that it remains closed. So to do that, we've attached one side of our bungee cord to the back of the cage. We're going to take our bungee hook, put it through the other side, and we're going to attach this side just by tying a standard knot. I like to secure it 3 times to ensure that it is going to stay. And then we can pull our bungee cord over our lid and attach it. So once we've had the lid secured, we now need to tie our ropes to the cage. So the first set of ropes to secure it to the cage, we're going to be using this tuna clip. So to move the tuna clip and open it, you just push this part right here. To attach it to the cage, we're just going to find a good opening that we can see and just push that piece onto the cage and loop it on. And we'll do the other side as well. Again, you're going to just find a good spot. I'm gonna go right here. You're gonna take that, push it into the cage, and loop it on. So the first piece of rope that we're going to attach to the cage is about 5 feet in length. The first thing we're gonna do, we're going to fold it in half. At this halfway mark where my fingers are, we're going to twist it so that we have an opening. Where that opening is, we're going to take one end of our rope and pull it through the opening. And we now have a loop. We want to keep that loop. We have the loop, and we're now going to secure the rope to the actual cage. We want to secure it so that it's going to end up in this V shape. So we're going to take one end of the rope, and you're going to put it through that tuna clip that you've already put onto your cage. And you're going to put it through about 6 inches. It could be a little bit more, a little bit less. And we're going to do the same thing we did before, where we're going to twist the rope, and where that hole is, we're going to push our rope through. This secures the rope so that in a way that you don't have to tie a knot, but it is still secured to the actual cage. To ensure that it truly is secure though, we're going to do that 2 more times so that we've braided the rope through itself 3 times. So again, twist and push. 1 more time. Twist through the hole and push. And now this side is secure. And we'll do the other side the same way. So we now have this rope attached to the cage. Notice the V shape. You want that V shape so that when you hang the cage off the dock, it is hanging straight in the water column and it's not tipped to one side or forward or backward. It's hanging straight. Now we need to secure the rope to this other rope that will then hang off the dock. So again, you're gonna take another 5 foot in length piece of rope. We're gonna take one end, put it through your loop, and you're gonna do the same thing that we have been doing. About 6 inches, and you're gonna braid it through itself. So again, twist the rope where that hole is, push your rope through. And do that 2 more times. Twist and pull. Last time, twist and pull. And now you have your finished oyster garden cage. And this final rope is what you will use to hang your cage off of your dock. There are multiple ways to hang your cage off of the dock, so reference the dock owner to how they want it secured. And of course, please reference your local regulations on how you are supposed to label your oyster garden cage.